Hey friends, welcome back to Daily Sews and Stuff. I'm Brandon Dailey, and this is the last video I plan to put out in 2022. And if I get it out before the end of 2022, I'm going to be really excited because it's Friday, December 30th, today. And I didn't really have this video planned, but I decided after all the engagement I had on Facebook and Instagram about it that I wanted to make sure that the people who follow me only on YouTube also knew this stuff. So here we go. It was at this point of editing that I realized, number one, my speed to record this video led to my hair doing this floofy thing the entire time. And number two, I had forgotten to put on a microphone. So apologies for the bad audio quality of this video. In the past, I have made full calendars of what I expect to do every year for the Daily Sews and Stuff channel. And I also plan out lots of sews. I typically have a lot of fabric that I've bought, a lot of patterns that I've bought. I set it all out. I'm ready to sew for the next season. And then I never quite have enough time to do all of the things that I plan to video, to do all of the things that I plan to sew. And I get distracted by other projects that look exciting in that moment, and so I go ahead and do them, and then I didn't get the other projects done. So I'm gonna change things up a little bit this year. My full-time job is to be a homeschool mom of 3 kids, and they're 8 and younger. And that's what I spend most of my day doing. On a day that we do school, from the time I get up, I will spend a little bit of time on social media, and some of that is business stuff. But really, from the time I get up till about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, I'm focused on school and house stuff and spending time with the kids and making sure that we have a connection and that I've gone outside that day and those sorts of things. And so really, the only time I have to work on the channel is between 2 and 3. If we're done with school, then I have a little bit of time every day because my girls are usually resting during that time, and my son can have some screen time and I can have a little bit of time. And most days the girls go to bed about 8:30, and some days I need to spend some time with my son or do some other things around the house, but some days I can use that time also. But usually the times that I have to work on sewing and business stuff is the days the babysitter is here. And she's wonderful and she's amazing, and I love her so much, and I trust her with my kids implicitly, and so it's really awesome that when she's here and we've gotten school done and I don't have any other errands I need to run or doctor's appointments I need to go to or whatever else it might be, then I can focus on the channel and on sewing. But she's only here about 14 hours a week, and my husband and I try very hard to go on a date once a week during those hours, and then all those other things I just listed happen during those hours, and so it ends up leaving me very little time for the channel and for sewing. And I don't want you to hear that as a complaint, and I don't want you to hear that as a brag. That is just the reality of where my life is right now, and it's very intentional. We've very much chosen to have our life this way, but that means that there's not a ton of time to go into Daily Sews and Stuff or into my sewing. So instead of creating an entire calendar of videos, instead of planning out lots and lots of sews, I'm going to try to go with the flow a little bit more this year. I love a plan. Sometimes I think I like planning more than I like actually executing a plan. So it's kind of hard for me. I want to make a plan. I want to sit down with a calendar and get some different colored pens and chart the whole thing out, right? That'd be awesome. But I don't want to do it, the planning, and then not follow through. And even if I'm the only one who knows that I didn't follow through, it makes me feel like such a failure. So, not doing it this year. I do, however, have a few goals, and so I want to bring you in with those. So as far as the channel goes, as far as my daily sews and stuff, as far as my business goals, which, by the way, if this really were a business, it'd be running a major deficit. This is not, I'm not making much money at all doing this. In fact, if you count out the money that I spend, I'm not making any money at all. But one day my kids will get older and we'll get there, and it'll be a little more businessy. So right now, I'm going to call these business goals, although I don't know that they're entirely, I don't think it's entirely fair to call it a business. All right, so here we go. Goals for daily sews and stuff. In 2023, I am going to attempt 1 video per month. And I'm not even going to plan out right now, even though in my head there actually is a little bit of a plan because I can't stop myself, but I'm not going to plan out what's coming when. I have a couple different things that are a little bit planned because they involve other people, but for the most part, I'm not planning it out. I'm going to try to get you 1 video a month. That'll be 12 videos this year, and if that means I spend 1 Thursday afternoon recording and the next 2 Thursday afternoons editing and doing all the behind the scenes stuff and then get out the last one, then that's what that means. And honestly, that's probably how it'll go. Because like I said, I just don't have a ton of time to work on daily sews and stuff. Which brings me to point number 2. I want to collaborate more. And I actually have 2 collaborations sort of planned for this year. And I will let you know about those once those get a little bit more firm. But I'm really excited about it. I think both of them will give you some exposure to things that I haven't really done a lot of on this channel yet. And I think that it'll be really good for me too. And always doing something with somebody else helps me be more accountable, right? So that's a really good thing. But whether that's doing these videos or that's just being a little more actually social on social media, kind of talking to people. I have started where, if somebody puts a story on Instagram and I want to respond to it, I actually respond to it in a message. And sometimes they're super busy and they don't respond back, and that's okay. That's okay. But a lot of times I do respond back and we start talking and we're able to, kind of be a little bit social. Megan from Sew and Tell Australia has become a friend now, and it just started with us DMing each other on Instagram and, doing stuff, talking about stuff, sewing related and projector related, and we've gone off on so many other subjects now. So I'm going to try to do a little bit more of that this year. Speaking of Instagram, I have gotten a lot more active over on Instagram. I think at the beginning of 2022, I was like, yeah, I had an account over there, but that was about it. But I've gotten a lot more active over there. And so on Instagram and Facebook, I want to try to post 2 reels a month. And reels are easy because they don't take a lot of editing and they are short. They're like 60 to 90 seconds. And I can post them to YouTube Shorts as well, although those are limited to 60 seconds. So I want to try to get better and do 2 of those a month. And I might jump on some trends or whatever, but I don't want these 2 videos a month to be those trendy videos. I want these 2 videos a month to be a tip, a trick, hey, you really need to go check this out. I made this make and you make it too. Here, go do it. It was awesome. Those sorts of things. I want them to be me bringing something to you beyond entertainment. And I have no problem with being entertained on social media. I love when people do that, and maybe I'll get into that a little bit more. But I want to, if I'm going to focus my time, I want it to be focused on that actually informative teaching stuff. And also, if I'm being intentional with my time, I want to be intentional with earning income. And the way that I earn income is when you watch my video and you watch the ads. You don't even have to watch the whole ad. YouTube gives me a tiny bit of revenue from that. And whenever I post an affiliate link and you click that affiliate link and you buy things through there, whether it's the thing I actually linked to or something unrelated on that site, then I get a little bit of income from that. And that counts for like Amazon, but it also counts for things like, patterns and fabric and stuff like that. So I want to be a lot more intentional about actually making sure my affiliate links are out there, about, when I post on Instagram and Facebook especially, I tend to be pretty good about it on YouTube because so much thought and attention goes into every video that I put out. But, sometimes on Facebook or Instagram, I'm a little quicker to just type something. if I'll actually throw my affiliate link out there, then it'll probably get clicked. I just need to actually remember to do it. So I want to get a lot more intentional about making sure those things are out there. And I don't want it to sound like I am begging for money or anything like that. But I think if I add everything up, I made between $500 and $600 in 2022 across all the different revenue streams that I have. And I can guarantee that I spent more than that on lighting, a new lighting thing, on my new computer. Holy cow, yes, that was more than $500 all by itself, which I really just did so that I could have better editing. The rig that Robert made me so that I can video from the top down again. All these things. And I'm not saying that I regret any of the money that I spent at all. But if we talk about that, and we talk about the fabric that I bought to do tests, and that I, used in any of my videos, and we talk about the childcare for the time allowing me to work, we are majorly in the red when it comes to this as a business. The hosting on my website, goodness, I don't even know. I can't even think right now all of the things that money has been spent on. And I do all these things because I can and because I want to, not because I feel that any of you have somehow obligated me to any of this. This is, again, not a complaint, not a brag, just this is reality. And so if I can get a little bit more intentional with all those links that I post and everything, then maybe things will be a little bit better this next year, and the income can go up a little bit. And if another way that my income will go up a little bit is if I get more regular about actually posting videos, which goes back to my first goal that I made. So those are my goals for 2023 for the business, the Daily Sews and Stuff side of things. And while I have very much integrated my hobby of sewing with my business of Daily Sews and Stuff, not all of them directly relate, but I'm going to now go over some sewing goals I have for this next year. And it's kind of related because I'm definitely going to bring you guys along with many of these things. But I also want to know what your sewing goals are for 2023, because I think everybody has some goals. I mean, if you sew, you have a goal of something you want to do or learn in the next year. Last year, it was, I really wanted to do a button-down shirt and a pair of jeans and a bra. And I did a pair of jeans. And I don't have button-down shirt on my new list. But I still really would like to get a nice fitting button-down shirt and make it myself. And I bought fabric to do it and bought a pattern to do it and have not done it yet. So eventually that will also happen, even though it's not going to be on this list. Let's go through the list I did make though. So again, I am calling this things I intend to sew for 2023. It's not a resolution. It's not a set in stone goal. This is me just kind of spitballing some broad categories of things that I need. Trying not to tie myself down too tightly, but also give myself a direction. And that is a really hard balance for me. I just do things all or nothing a lot. And so trying to strike this balance here. All right. I need to make some workout leggings and bras. My mom and I my mom has been going to the gym and I am going to go with her, and I need to move my body more. This is not about I need to lose weight. This is not about I think I'm fat or anything negative about my body, other than it does not work the way that it used to. And some of that is because I'm getting older. And some of that is because I'm not moving my body the way I need to. So I am going to try to be very intentional about moving my body more this year in a more intentional way, and kind of gaining some of those things that I've lost. That is a personal goal that has nothing to do with sewing, except for, well, I mean, if my body shape does change, then that will have a lot to do with sewing. But I want to sew some workout leggings and bras, sports bras, for doing that. And number one, sewing something for something always makes me more excited about that thing. So that'll be good. And also, I mean, leggings are super easy and super fun to sew, and I'm very happy to do that. And sports bras, like the $70 ones, are the ones that fit me, and I don't want to spend that much money. And I can spend less money making it myself. You know, sometimes when you sew it yourself, you end up spending more money, sometimes less. This is one of those times where I know I can do it for less. So that is one of my things I'm going to do. Speaking of bras and only expensive bras fitting, I want to learn to make some real bras too. And I'm talking like full-on underwire, real proper bra. I will probably make myself some more, I guess what we call bralettes, that sort of thing, more like comfy sports bras. That's probably gonna happen. But I really, really, really want to make some well-fitting, good, real bras. And I have, I don't even know, at least like 9 or 10 years ago, I discovered a bra that fits, and that's a whole community where they help you fit bras. And even the ones that truly do fit according to this community are always the straps too wide set for me. And so I have to, you know, do like a racerback thing or something to help fix that. And I would love to not spend $60 on a bra that still doesn't quite fit, and instead figure out how to make it myself, spend $30 on supplies, and make a bra that has straps that are close enough together they actually fit, and it would be lovely. So that is a huge goal for me this year, and it's carrying over from last year, but I've actually got supplies bought and patterns bought, and I've watched videos on it, and so I have got to really do it this year. I really have to. And I am not going to allow myself to spend a single dime on any real bras from a store, anywhere at all, until I get this done. And I'm starting to stretch out some of my old ones, so I really need to get this done. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, then you will have seen that that my husband and I have bought some land, and out on that land, he is building a cabin. And for that cabin, I have bought some fabric to make quilts for the beds that will be out there. It's going to have a triple bunk. Well, it's going to have a double bunk with a trundle. And so that's 3 twin size, and then it's going to have a queen size bed. So I would really love to make 3 twin size and a queen size quilt. And if I ended up making like a throw quilt or something to go on the couch, that'd be awesome too. This is very lofty goals, and I have done lots of quilting before, but I'm not the fastest quilter. So I'm really excited about this though. I have wanted to go back more into some quilting, and so I'm really excited about having this focus and this goal for going back into quilting. I bought quite a bit of fabric from a local quilting store that is sadly going out of business. They're gonna be open for another couple of months, and I actually need to get a little bit more because I kind of forgot about one of the twin beds and miscalculated how much I need. I don't have any backing fabric, and I need a little bit more of just like a solid for the front. So I need to get a little bit more fabric, and then I need to really get started on that. I kind of have some vague ideas on the patterns that I'm going for, and I just bought fabric to have enough, and so I'm hoping that it'll all work out in the end. They'll be a little bit scrappy, so if I end up bringing in, you know, some random other fabrics to help round it out, it's not gonna be the end of the world. But I would really like to, you know, get going on those. And, you know, I don't know if we'll have them ready as soon as the cabin is ready. We might have to buy some quilts for out there and make it work, or maybe something that we have in our stash. So anyway, I'm really excited about this. And my husband is he's building most of the cabin, the interior, and he's going to build most of the furniture in there. And so to have something that I've made in there too would be really awesome. And so that is something we are working towards. My purse is falling apart. And my purse is actually an old diaper bag. And the only other option I have is a different old diaper bag. And so I really would like to sew myself a new purse. And I have not done any proper bag making. I've made myself like a duffel bag. I think it's called a weekender bag actually. I've made some like tote bags, but I've never done like a proper bag. I would really love to. I want something that's not too big, not too small, lots of organizational pockets. I want either like a crossbody or a backpack style. I hate just having it like pulling on one shoulder. So yeah, if you have some suggestions, please let me know in the comments. And I honestly don't know. This is already a really ambitious list, and so maybe this one is the one that doesn't get done this year. But I would really love to do it. And I think it's going to be a matter of the inspiration striking when I have time to do it and getting it done. And then the last two are really, really related. So I want to make some bootcut jeans. I am loving the legato jeans that I made myself, but as soon as the weather turned a little bit cold, I couldn't really wear them anymore because they only really work with sandals or like Converse because they're really short. They end at the ankle. That's where they're designed to end. So I really want to match that really well-fitting jean pattern with a bootcut pattern. I think it was Tessa from Love Notions said that the Resolution joggers, that's also one of their patterns, matches really, really well. So I want to get some bootcut jeans. I wear boots quite often, and especially when the weather is kind of cold. And so having a bootcut pair of jeans that I have made that fit me great would be amazing. I even have the fabric for that already, so I really just need to get that one done. And then just in general, I need to make more pants. I have made quite a few dresses, and once a week, sometimes I wear a dress. And so at the most twice a week. So I have a lot more dresses than I have the inclination to wear dresses. I don't have a lot of skirts, and I don't really like wearing skirts very often, but I do need more pants that actually fit me and fit me well. And when you're 4'11", that's difficult to come by. So making them myself is ideal, and I don't like sewing pants. I like wearing pants. And so I need to kind of mash those together. If I'm going to wear them, I need to make them. And if I'm going to make them, I need to wear them. So yeah. I have done a ton of leggings, and leggings are easy and fun. But proper fitting pants take a little more finagling. So this is something that I didn't include on my little slide things, but just that I said. I have a lot of nice long sleeve shirts. Case in point, this one, I made this earlier this year, I think. I think it was this year that I made it. And I have a lot of very casual short sleeve shirts. But I don't have many short sleeve shirts that are nice, and I don't have many long sleeve shirts that are casual. And so rounding out that wardrobe a little bit with those deficits would be really good. I would really, really like. I still own quite a bit of clothes that are not me made, but I always tend to gravitate towards wearing the me made. And so I need to kind of round those things out and then go through my wardrobe and cull the things that I'm really not wearing anyways, when I've got all those gaps filled in. And it would be really awesome. A lot of times whenever I am dressed, the only things that I didn't make are my bra and my socks and my shoes. And I have no intention of going into shoemaking, and I have very particular sock needs, so I will not be making my socks either, unless I learn how to knit them. But I tried making fabric socks, and no, I will not be doing that. So anyway, if I can learn how to make a bra, then just my socks and shoes won't be me made. And that'd be really cool, that it's only my socks and shoes that aren't me made, and that everything else fits and fits really well. So those are my goals. Those are my intentions. Those are the direction that I am taking in 2023. And I would love for you to join me with that. And I would love for you to put down in the comments what your goals are, whether they are business goals, personal goals, or sewing goals. I really want to hear about those sewing goals. And if you have any suggestions over these things that I said I want to make, leave those in the comments too. I would love to, get some inspiration from what you guys are saying. Have a very happy new year. I will see you guys in 2023. I am really excited about this direction that I am intending to take, and hoping that, by setting myself these goals but not being too specific, I'm able to actually accomplish these things this year and not overestimate the amount of time that I have to truly put into all of this stuff. My girls are going to be awake from nap soon, and this was a very impromptu video, and we've got somewhere to be that we need to get ready for when they wake up. So I'm going to end this video here. Like I said, leave stuff in the comments. Follow if you haven't followed. Find me on Facebook and Instagram, where I post a lot more day-to-day stuff, and hopefully I'll see you once a month for a video here on YouTube. Bye, friends.
Keep watching my videos, like, subscribe, and comment.